us, right? So bear with me. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, you can start. So Fathers Need a Village 2 this is we's pilot project, right? And it came about from recognizing that fathers really do need a village, because our society today, we recognize, mostly pay attention to the mothers because they are the caregivers, they are the one that birthed the child, right? And they have more support than fathers. So what we realized is that we need to have a program for them, right, in order for them to gain more support. So in order to do that, our program focused on 4 main objectives. So the first one was getting them comfortable enough to communicate with each other, learning different communication styles, and different types of communication. And our second objective was to sensitize the public about the different experiences that the fathers would have, right? And we did this by sharing the different experiences that they had through the workshops, because in the workshops they felt it was a safe space that was given to them to be able to express themselves and the issues they may not feel comfortable expressing with their partners. And while I'm saying communication is key and they need to express with their partners as well, we also kept in contact with their spouses, their family members, to let them know, you know, XYZ is going on. Why don't you come across and see what is the work being done? And that is what actually happened in our last session. We had family members of the participants coming together and working on communication and cooperation together. So we did different things like storytelling exercises, which would have involved the children as well as the spouse in retelling different fables of their choice, right? And in doing so, while it is we keep involving the family members and getting more participants to come, we were building a community for them. We were finding a community and building a community with each other, which is so important in terms of support, right? And in building the community, the fathers themselves began to feel more comfortable with each other because of the theater exercises we did. It helped them touch their inner child, which helped them to better be able to communicate with their young ones, right? I even have a father that said that when disciplining his child, he used to be more aggressive in his tone instead of assertive. And now he's assertive, and that relationship with his child, with his son, is actually becoming better. Now, while it is a lovely project, obviously we had some challenges, right? So challenges were keeping our participants interested and involved, right? So we did, yes. So when I say don't be a sourpuss, it really brings me to another challenge, which is sticking to the budget and having better collaboration. So you can't be real sour in the face. You need to learn how to communicate with people and find like-minded people who would help support you, which is what we got, and I'm happy for that. Another challenge was the introspection for the fathers. It was a bit difficult for them to kind of break down the walls that they've put up, because a lot of compartmentalizing was going on with them, right? And that happened with the different exercises that we did together as a group. And also I gave them homework to do, and that's why you see messaging there. So I used to be messaging them on WhatsApp or giving them a little reminder that, hey, remember this journal prompt that you all have? Let's discuss it when we come back, right? And another major challenge, or something that was overcomable, was time management, especially for me and my partner, Nisha. It was just us doing the social media content, right? So we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to try and get at least 5 or 6 posts a week, and that is what happened. Right? That is what happened. We needed to learn to be more flexible with our timing and ourselves, because we are working women who are also giving of ourselves to our communities, giving to our families. It was finding balance. And which brings me to what is for you is for you, right? I love this project. I really love this project. And time being a lead on a creative project like this, being a lead coordinator. So I had many doubts. That's why I was so nervous and stuff. But because I was able to do what I love, it pushed me to continue doing the work that needs to be done, right? Which brings me to impacts, right? And a major impact, and I spoke about it already, is the community that is being developed and is still developing. Because we are still messaging each other on our WhatsApp group, we're still finding time to come together and learn together, to learn together, to share with each other. Another impact is they are actually interested in the different art forms that we were teaching during the session, which helped them communicate, right? Because we're teaching communication through visual and performative arts. So they were really interested in wire bending and storytelling, doing rubber talk, right? So they even asked for more sessions to happen after the program ended. We're trying to see how that can happen, right? And in these sessions, we also looked at, well, I spoke about it already, looking at verbal communication and delivery, right? And speaking about verbal communication and delivery, we were able to continue and grow and network with other people who appreciated what was being done in the community, because they understand the need for fathers to express themselves, to break down the barriers that they have built, to let others know that this is the plight that they are facing. When I say plight, you know, right? So the experience itself of leading and coordinating Fathers Need a Village too was very motivating, eye-opening, and I hope that it continues. The intention is for it to continue. Oh my God, I'm done.
Thank you, Kristi.
Oh my gosh,